everybody, welcome back to my channel, welcome to another vlog. Not the vlog, well it will be the vlog eventually that I was aiming to bring you, but currently it's not because I am sat on my mountain block when I should be sat on my pony about to go down the centre line for my first test of the evening at our local riding club Wednesday evening dressage competition. If you pan around that way, Suze, there's a reason why Sonique cannot move right now. It's taken us an hour to figure out the reason. It's nothing to do with a flat battery or anything like that. It's to do with the fact that, unfortunately, my daddy has gone home with the keys in his pocket last night. And we've searched high and low to try and find the keys, because I am a hella for losing things. I will openly admit I am, yeah, quite bad at putting things back where they belong. So obviously, automatically, I was thinking it was my fault. But it turns out that, yeah, they are, or were, in my dad's pocket. He came schooling with me last night with Banksy. And then we had a little bit of drama there because he lost his hearing aids that he only bought yesterday. And add to the list of things that have been lost. Anyway, because the keys have been found and he is driving. He lives about half an hour away from me. He's driving back to deliver them back to me so that Enzo and I can go to dressage. Who knows whether we'll be able to do 2 tests, 1 test, half a test. Find out when we get there. But yeah, also Banksy is meant to be going to the Riding Club Championships this weekend, which I probably explained a little bit about in the last vlog. And I don't think that's going to be happening either, because one, it's currently Wednesday. Monday morning he trotted across the field ever so slightly lame. Probably, if you didn't own him, you wouldn't have thought he was lame, but being his mummy and knowing that he can take the odd short stride if his feet are feeling a little bit sore. Yeah, he took 1 or 2 short strides, but he had literally also, I did say to Em, and I am an over analytical person, I had caught him on the Rio Link flat out sleeping in the big field. So he had been laid down flat out, so he might have just been a bit stiff. So benefit of doubt, hacked him that day, felt fine. Jumped him yesterday, felt fine. However, coughed about 10 times whilst jumping. And I was like, hey, you don't cough. He is a bit sensitive to dust. I never bed him on straw. I've had a problem before when I've gone to a stay away show that he's had straw and then he has had a cough. So I am wary of that. And it has been very dusty and dry, like here. Apart from yesterday when I jumped when it was soaking wet. Anyway, long story short, I hacked him again earlier today and he coughed again as soon as we trotted. And I was just like, ah. So then when the passport, have I said about the passport?
No.
So he had a short stride, he's had a cough. And then I was like, oh, if I am gonna go, like, it's still Wednesday, we've got Thursday and Friday before we need to leave. But I was thinking, obviously, trust gut, cough, probably not good to travel him that far. I was 50-50, I messaged the riding club team manager and said, I really don't want to be that person that lets the team down, but this is the situation. I thought I will start getting some bits ready just in case, you know. I am an over worrier and I do like wrap him up in cotton wool. However, when I started getting things ready, I couldn't find his passport anywhere. So before I realised the lorry keys were missing, I actually spent 2 hours searching for his passport and we get to find it. So that is how my afternoon's gone. It's currently 6:25. I was meant to be doing my first test on Enzo now. Obviously not happened, passport hasn't been found, thankfully the keys have. I've got a lesson with Enzo with Alex tomorrow, so I'm elated the keys have been found because I wasn't too worried about missing dressage tonight, but I was very upset about missing the lesson that I finally managed to get. It's taken a while to pin Alex down because he's a busy bee. But I think the odds are against Banksy and I going to the Riding Club Champs, and I like laugh about it because you've got to be light-hearted about it, but I do feel bad because obviously we were filling in for well, no, it was a team of 3 and you're allowed to take 4. So they qualified as a team of 3. I was being the 4th person. So I'm not, yeah, it is what it is. I can't feel bad. I've got to put horse welfare first. It's very unlikely that I'll be going. 1, because of the passport, but 2, because of his cough. So there we go. Have I missed anything, Suze?
Did we tell everyone about the martingale last week?
Wow, that got found. Woo!
Yeah, we did.
Oh, the one thing that I was going to say was also bad today. Look what happened when I was riding Banksy.
Oh no!
Oh, it's one of our favourite t-shirts.
Got it.
So yeah, maybe I shouldn't be going to dressage.
Yeah, you should.
Oh, anyways, I reckon Dad will be here in about 10 minutes or so. I have put a call through to the riding club to say, obviously I'm running late, and hopefully I can still do my second test, or maybe slot onto the end of what would have been the first test. I'm not sure what time that class was running till, but
Em's going to meet us there, isn't
it's
she?
what it is. Em's going to meet us there.
And she's speedy at getting things ready, isn't she?
She's very speedy. Everything's in the lorry ready to go.
Yeah.
Actually, I think my boots needed a wipe over. Maybe we'll do that now in a minute, whilst we've got all the time in the world.
And what a beautiful evening.
Beautiful evening.
So there we
Gorgeous.
go.
Absolutely
That's a
lovely.
positive.
It is a positive. And to be fair, as much as I've felt stressed, I have actually stayed quite calm. I've just been like, well, it is what it is. Can't change it.
You have, and I'm very proud of you for that.
Thanks.
That's
I did
good.
nearly cry. I gave you a hug and I was just like, oh, just it makes me feel, and I know my brain works in a different way to some, but it does make me feel a bit useless. But the keys weren't my fault.
No,
The passport is.
the passport is in the the martingale wasn't even really, because it was honestly
The
we
martingale,
spent so
we've
long
got a
looking.
ghost here, 100%.
We
100%.
spent so long looking for that, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it was hung up
on the bridle hooks.
on the bridle hooks. And
Dink,
we
should
went,
put it back there. With
Yeah.
the flame dinks.
Stinks.
He
It's
did
you,
it, he did
Dinky.
one. Or was
Oh.
it you? Was it you? To be fair, 3 horses. No, not 3 horses. 2 1/4 horses. 2 ridden horses. I should have more than one martingale in my life, so I'm gonna invest in another.
Oh, actually, I could ask you something.
Oh, yeah?
Someone I did notice in your comments the other day said they haven't seen Dinks very much on the videos.
Oh,
But a little dinky
He's due a
update.
bit of a pamper. He needs the farrier. Farrier's due early next week, so he's going to have his tootsies trimmed. So we'll do a little Dinks vlog that day, shall we?
I can't wait to see that. I've never seen like Dinks have his feet done,
Aw.
or a Shetland for that matter.
Yeah, it's back-breaking for the farrier. Anyway, this is a very long intro for what could potentially be a vlog of 1 dressage test. So you'll find out when we get to Coleraine whether it's 1 or 2. But it's definitely Enzo going.
Daddy to the rescue with the keys.
Hey!
Thank you. Got the keys.
Yeah, all good. I'm going to crack on though, thank you. Rob will get you a drink. Don't be daft, it's fine. It is what it is, isn't it? Who wants to do dressage anyway? Oh dear. Right, let's get on. Has he rolled or no?
No, I don't think so.
You?
I think you're all right. Okay, we are here. And it's been a little bit of a quick turnaround because when Tina got here, they said she could do both tests. So it's literally been a case of getting her changed, getting Enzo Ferrari ready. And yeah, just got to the warm up.
No rush, the judge has gone through a comfort break.
Yeah, you. Yeah, no worries. Thank you. Hey.
Okay, so our first test is Prelim 2 2024. Enter at working trot, proceed down the centre line and track right. And we got an 8, which is a very good start to our first test. And the comments of a positive entry, which I will agree with. We then changed the rein immediately in working trot, and we had a 7 with no comments. He looks nice and relaxed and happy. Then at A we do a 20-metre circle, and we had another 7 with the comment of could have more supple bend, which I'll agree with. He felt nice and rhythmical, but keeping him up and off my inside leg on the left rein is a little bit harder than the right. We then come around and change the rein again straight away. Another 7 with no comments. And watching it back, he just does look quite happy and rhythmical and jolly, which I'm pleased with. And then another 20-metre circle here at C, basically replicating what we already did down the other end. I would say there maybe my trot looked a little hurried. The judge does say could have better balance, so I guess, yeah, could just bring it back a little and sit him up a bit more for another 7. Then we do transition into medium walk, which we had a 6 for, and it says tense steps. But walk is not our forte, it is always very rushed, so I'm actually really pleased with how he walked quite forward here. And then we go and do half 10, half 10. And yeah, he's just a bit bobby in that he wants to crack on and get on with it. We had a 6, and then we go on to the free walk on a long rein, half 20-metre circle. 6.5, needs a more consistent stretch, but again, for where we are in our training, I was really, really pleased with this, because look, he is stretching down more so than he has previously, so I was really chuffed with that. We then have a transition up into working trot, obedient to trot for a 7.5, and then straight up into the canter for a 7. We do a 20-metre circle at E, and we had another 7, and it just says canter needs to be more on rider's seat, which I will agree. I desperately did not want to break in the canter. That was my aim of these tests, so I did ride it quite forward and probably did stay a little light in the seat to assist him, whereas we need to work in our training on the balance of me sitting back and collecting him a bit more. The downward transition to trot, we had a 7, could have slightly better balance. But again, I was pleased with it again. There we go up into the right canter for another 7, but to me that looked like medium canter, not working canter. But again, pleasing. We kept a rhythm, even though it was quite a forward rhythm. And we didn't break, which again was my main aim. And we come across the diagonal again and back down for another 7 with no comments. And in training, sometimes we've gone back to trot a little bit early, so I'm really pleased that we managed to canter all the way to X. We then come round here in working trot before doing our half 10-metre circle down to the centre line, where we had a 6.5 saying dropping the pole. You can see that on the turn, we're just a little bit overbent on the turn, but we hit the centre line nice and straight. And then he gives me a beautiful halt for an 8. And lovely comments, well presented test, willing horse, pleasing trot work. Canter needs to be a little bit more on the rider's aids to develop better balance. 7.778, scoring us our first ever sub 30 with a 70.87 in the prelim 2.
Right. Score predictions, Jamie.
69.3.
Score predictions, Emily.
Only because I know what the scores have been today.
Oh, okay.
I'm going off Claire's and she's in the lead on 73.2.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm going 69.
67.8.
Ooh, harsh. Oh, I think that's quite harsh.
Maybe 60.
Oh no, you can't change it now.
I
What are you going, Claire?
67 or 68.
68.7.
Oh, okay.
To be fair, I was watching most of it through that.
Oh, it was a nice test.
It was
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, now I feel like I'm being a bit of a BITCH.
Wow.
Well, I've just gone in between you two.
And you're
so
even
I have no idea.
worse.
I just want to win.
You just want to win. I don't blame you.
Hey!
He's such a good boy.
Happy?
Yeah, I'm really pleased. I mean, the canter was a little erratic, but we didn't break, so that's a positive.
Yeah.
I needed to keep it forward in order to keep him moving, but yeah, no, I'm pleased.
Excellent. What's your score prediction?
Oh, hang on. So, literally, when it went, don't snatch, that's rude. It went by in such a whirlwind, it felt like it was over so quickly because it was just like getting done gone. I nearly said 35. Inventing terminology. Maybe, I don't know, we didn't really make any mistakes, but I'm aware that it was a bit, at times, it wasn't that relaxed, put it that way. So I'm hoping the next one will be more relaxed.
Yeah. You good boy and you
He's a
worry.
very good boy. I mean, to come in and just do that as well is...
I know.
See track left. Because we were so late getting here, I was like, it's prelim, we're going to be doing the second test. We're not going to be in time for the first test. And then I'm like going in thinking, are we doing the first or second test? And then we did that circle. I was like, I think I've got to give and retake the rain over X, but she didn't call that. And no, we did the first test. This is the second test, so I'm going to try and read it. But I think I will still have it called today because my brain's not functioning that well. But I'm really pleased. I am really pleased. Like to come in, have 5-minute warm up, and just do that. Yeah.
And I think I was proud of you because I thought your riding was positive.
Yeah, thank you.
Which is good.
I just love riding him.
Yeah. But you didn't let anything that had happened earlier
Yeah,
affect
I wasn't
you.
tense. I was just like, it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely.
Do I read this or do I just let her call it?
I think read it a bit and then, yeah.
This is the one I give and retake the reins. Give and retake the reins when crossing the centre line. 15-metre circle, back to the track, back to the track. Give and retake, change the rein in working trot. A, walk, A, K, E, medium walk. E, half circle, 20 metres rear walk. He did stretch a bit and then he snatched at the end. But that's the best stretch he's probably done. Because quite often he doesn't stretch at all, he just tucks up.
His halt was very good.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt nice.
Good boy, Flurry.
You are such a good boy. He's just like so chill.
Good boy.
Until we canter. And then he's like, wee! You stretchy trot. If you go too tight, he struggles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, on to our second test, which is Prelim 3 2024, where we enter at working trot, proceed down the centre line, and we track left this time. Unfortunately, I think the first part was quite good, and then we went a little bit squiffy at the end. We had a 7 for that centre line. Wasn't quite as positive and straight as the test before. And we then come around and we do a 15-metre circle, and then head diagonally back to the track, where we had a 7 again. Could have a more supple connection. And then at C, we start a 20-metre circle, and over X, we have to give and retake the rein. Oh, not X, sorry, the centre line. Same thing, I guess, on this 20-metre circle. X is at the centre line. And I just love with him how, when I do a give and retake, his rhythm doesn't change, his frame doesn't change. He just stays in a really nice, relaxed outline. So we had another 7 for that. And then we do the same again this side, a 15-metre circle. And we have another 7 with no comments. But he just felt lovely. The trot work all felt really relaxed and fluent and nice and rhythmical. The canter was just a little erratic, especially in this one. I don't know why. I think, again, when he gets a bit more tired and the balance is a bit harder. So we're doing a 20-metre circle again here with give and retake, where we had another 7. But yeah, back to getting ahead of the game here. But the canter work, when he gets a bit tired and finds it a bit harder, we just we have to go very much more forwards in order to not break. So that is definitely what we're working on. Here, HXF, we do a change of rein and we had an 8 saying very pleasing rhythm. Unfortunately, when it's going away from the camera, you can't really see it quite as nicely. But then we drop down, or forward, should I say, into the walk, where we actually had a 6.5. It says obedient walk, but tense steps. And I think I said that in the previous test, that walk is not our forte, especially, obviously we're working on it schooling and hacking, but out hacking, he is a little powerhouse, but it's really short, quick steps. So we're working on like containing it and asking him to stretch and reach a bit further and lengthen his stride and walk, as opposed to just keep going zoomies. That said, I feel like it was good that he did a decent stretch for him. We had a 6.5, lacking freedom of the shoulder. And then for this medium walk before we went up into the trot, we had a 7. And then this circle again here, we had a 7 up into canter. And then we do in this canter work drop down to a fair few 6.5s, I think, because you can see I wanted to keep it going moving forward so that we didn't break, but we just don't, either of us, have the strength or connection to sit him back on his hocks and yeah, just be a bit more collected. So we had 6.5 losing connection, and then 6.5 for this saying losing balance. We then go onto the left rein, start the circle and go up into the canter. Was it a little bit late? Yeah, transition's meant to be over X, but we were a bit late. So we had a 6.5, transition needs to be more through. And to be fair, that's quite generous because it was late. It should have been at X, not after. Oh, no, I got that wrong. It says second half of the circle. Yeah, second half of the circle, so sorry, I am wrong. But we carry on and we have another 6.5 for the round on this diagonal. Oh, we skipped a step into trot there. We hit the board, I think. Sorry, I got all bunged up. We hit the board and then he did a little trot stride and then thankfully picked back up on the correct leg. But 6.5 still for that. Transition needs to be more through. And then we have a stretchy trot where we had a 7. And I actually think stretchy trot is probably his forte at the moment. All of his trot work is very nice. The canter is getting there. It's a work in progress. And then unfortunately he came down and he went to give me a pretty nice halt and I tried to correct him. Or he was nice in front and then I corrected him and we went all skew whiff. So we had a 6, crooked halt. But then we had 7, 7, 6.5, 7, lovely forward going horse, promising parts, needs to develop throughness and better balance up into the canter. Giving us a 67.92 in the prelim 3. But putting us in first place for that one, so his first ever win.
He hit the board, didn't he, down this end?
Yeah.
But recomposed pretty well. What a babe. That was fun. Never did I ever think I'd enjoy dressage, eh? Perhaps we'd just be dressage divas.
I started enjoying it on Banksy.
Yeah, it took a long time, didn't it?
Yeah.
But no, that was good. Pleased with that.
Yeah?
His walk was so much better. Because he can be, especially in the medium walk, he can be like, ugh. And then
forward.
yeah, and then the stretchy walk he actually stretched. He probably didn't quite stride out, but you know what his walk's like anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a bit hurried. Pleased with that. I'm just glad we made it, to be fair. Yeah, please.
I think you should be proud of yourself.
Thanks.
You've had a stressful day. And actually that is sometimes the times that we should turn around and go, where we're going to go. You still come despite of that. Hi, nice to meet you. And two really nice tests.
Yeah, no, I am pleased. Thank you.
Wise words from the bestie there.
Oh my god, he is silky. Everyone said he feels silky. Gloves are like, whoop. Oh, good boy. No, that was good. I'm pleased. Score from the lowest score as possible. Hey, clever pony, 2 frillies. Lovely scores, lovely positive feedback. I mean, I haven't read it all properly yet. My brain is...
I was going to say, can you understand the words?
Yeah, I can read good handwriting from whoever wrote it. I can read it very well. We had what was the first test? It's the other way around, wasn't it? 3, no, what was first? 2 was first, and we came fourth with 70.87, an 8 for our entry, and an 8 for our halt, and then a few 7s and 6.5s and a 7.5 in between. So yeah, nice scores. 7, 7, 7, 8. Well presented test. Willing horse. Pleasing trot work. Something needed. I said about the right. Needs to be more on riders' A's to develop better balance, which is completely fair.
I like it when you get it and you go, yeah, I understand that.
Yeah,
And
completely
that's
get that. Yeah. And then these ones. Canter needs to be more on riders' A's. Transition needs to be more through. Crooked help because I corrected it. Should have just left it how it was. Oh, Nala, you cozy there. And then lovely forward-going horse, promising parts. Needs to develop throughness and better balance, especially in the canter, which I completely agree with because the canter was very, what Susie would say, forward.
Forward.
Canter was very forward.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you. Thank you.
Nice luck, Dexys.
Oh, beautiful.
What she came for. Yeah, completely agree. Very helpful. Thank you, Emma, for calling. Love you. Love you all. You're all fabulous. I need to take that home with me, unfortunately. Susie's abandoning me to go with them. And that is a wrap. Well done, NZU Superstar.
Well done, Tina.
No,
Well
yeah.
done, like I said earlier.
For keeping it.
That's how much
Calm.
you've progressed, though. Because old Tina,
Do you know, it means a lot from Emily.
yeah, but old Tina, that would
Take this, it's a
we
moment.
wouldn't be it.
Sorry, what did you say, Emily? A bit louder.
I'll be quiet.
Yeah,
No, but it's true.
it is true. Oh God, I've had a meltdown, cried, had to strop and stayed home.
She nearly did stay home.
I could
Yeah,
tell
because I
that
had no keys.
I could tell that by the phone call that I had.
I was more upset about not being able to go tomorrow.
It was actually all the voice notes that have been coming through today. Jamie says she's had very similar ones. I was like, yeah.
It's been a stressful day, so this is very pleasing, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. So I
Yeah.
think be proud of that.
Oh, I could have just abandoned ship. But no, I just love riding him, and I'm willing to do whatever I can to improve both of us, so yeah, good. Need to do more within the whiteboards, because again, it's been a while. And I remember when we went up to Rachel that time before we were doing Team Quest, and it feels so much smaller.
Yeah.
And we go to like Kilters, and the arena's massive, and canter around that, and it's like, yeah, this is lovely. And then you go inside, and it's like, wow, this is tiny.
tiny. Yeah.
So yeah,
But
no.
that's okay because you've booked the school for
Every Tuesday morning, 9:30 indoors, so I've got no excuse for the weather. It's only a fiver, bargain it, and it goes to the RDA, so
Yeah, exactly.
win-win. Helping charity at the same time. Yeah, that's a wrap. Thanks. Why are you like
No, sorry, I'm just eating.
motionless behind the?
I'm
She's
eating.
not motionless. She's chewing.
She's chewing, enjoying.
I didn't want to be too loud on the video.
Right, that is a wrap. Thank you for watching, guys, and we will see you all in the next video. Ta-ra for now. Bye.
What you like to